Now to the biggest developing story in Africa. From the southern African country of Mozambique, it is witnessing deadly violence and Islamist attacks. The target is a town called Palma, which has some of the world's biggest gas reserves. European energy companies have major investments here. But now groups linked to the Islamic State are running riot. Beheaded bodies are strewn on the streets. Thousands have been displaced. Our next report tells you why this attack poses a direct threat to the very future of Mozambique. These are fighters of the Islamic State, the men who are believed to be behind the deadly attack in Palma. An alarming escalation that has left more than 55 people dead and thousands missing. The assault by the Islamic State on Palma is the most serious and deadly attack of this insurgency that began 4 years ago. Reports say beheaded bodies filled up the streets of the northern town. The attack itself happened in the gas-rich province of Cabo Delgado. This is where insurgents with ties to ISIS have killed at least 2,000 people in the last 3 years. Rights groups say the recent attack was a well-coordinated one and the violence could spread beyond the borders of Mozambique.
It was vicious and the shootings were indiscriminate on the streets, including attacks on local banks, as well as local hotels, but also generally in the houses. And this has caused massive chaos and displacement because people were just fleeing in all directions, running for their lives into the bushes, those that could. Others were trapped in hotels, as you are aware. The terrorists now claim they control Palma's banks, government offices, factories, and army barracks. The bigger worry is the control of a gas hub. Palma is at the center of a multi-billion-dollar investment by Total, the French oil and gas refining giant. Gas deposits here are said to be among the world's largest. A report says Total and others have poured in $20 billion to extract liquefied natural gas from here. The attack threatens the economic future of Mozambique. Last week, United Nations officials had said the violence could displace up to 1 million people by June.
What has happened in Palma is an absolute horror being inflicted on civilians by a non-state armed group. That is what I can say. They have done horrific things. They are still doing so. We have reports this morning of continued sporadic clashes. That is why we are talking about our expectations of thousands of more people moving out from Palma district and towards other areas of the country and towards the border with Tanzania.
Portugal is now stepping in to help Mozambique. In the first half of April, it will dispatch 60 Special Forces troops. The Portuguese soldiers will train the local soldiers. Mozambique will fight to regain control of the lost territories, but a battle for Palma will drastically worsen the humanitarian crisis on the ground. Bureau Report, WION, World is One. Why is Portugal stepping in? Because Mozambique used to be a Portuguese colony until it gained independence. And this is a developing story. We'll keep getting you the very latest right here on Gravitas on what's happening in Mozambique. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.